Okay, so we're just going to meet in a child's pose. When you're ready, take as much time as you need to prepare yourself today. Bring your knees to mat distance apart, big toes to touch. Extend the arms in front of you and just rest the forehead down towards the earth, feeling an opening along the hips, the inner thighs. Becoming aware of any sensations you're already feeling within the body and just taking a moment to connect to the breath, letting go of any judgments or expectations you may have of your practice. Just take each pose as it comes today. Take one more breath in. Exhale fully. Inhale, pressing up to tabletop, bring the wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, tops of the feet flat out behind you. We're just going to take some strengthening to the backs of the legs, the hip extender muscles. So I want you to bring your right knee, so the knee is at a 90-degree angle. The right thigh is parallel with the floor and the sole of the right foot is parallel with the floor. Try to stay stable in the upper body, avoid leaning off to the left. Okay, so we're really using the hamstring muscles and the gluteal muscles, the back of the right leg, in order to support us in staying in this position. If you want to challenge yourself and bring a little bit more heat into this, you can take little pulses, pressing the right foot up towards the sky. Avoid overarching in the lower back. Keep the navel drawn in towards the spine. Keep the abdominal muscles tightly knit together. Press firmly through the hands to find the lift in the shoulders to activate the serratus anterior muscle. This prevents us from kind of collapsing into the shoulders. Hopefully, I'm already feeling it in the back of my right leg. Hopefully you are too. Taking 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the right knee down underneath the right hip. We'll take that on the other side. So again, try to avoid leaning off to the right as you take this balance. Lift the left thigh parallel with the floor, sole of the left foot facing up towards the sky. Find a steady gaze, steady breath, stitch the abdominal muscles together, strong through the arms as we lift the shoulder blades up and away. Take a breath in, exhale fully, and then to build on from this, take the pulses. So kind of like little kicks up towards the sky. It won't move much, your leg won't move much, but it won't take much to feel it. You're not opening the hip, okay? So the left side of the pelvis is staying even in line with the right. We're not leaning off to the right side. Left hip bone faces down. Okay, holding here, keep going for 5, 4, hopefully feeling it in the back of the left leg. 3, breathe. 2, stay strong through the core. And 1, release the left leg down, take a breath in, and exhale. Coming into downward facing dog, bring the palms of the hands forward a couple of inches, tuck the toes under, lift those sit bones up and back towards the sky, rotating the pelvis so the sit bones reach up nice and high. Press the backs of the thighs towards the back of the room. Ground down firmly through the index finger and the thumb. Externally rotating in the upper arms to support your shoulders, navel in and up. And then from here, we're just going to work with strengthening the hamstrings and the gluteal muscles a little bit more. So inhale, reach the right leg up and back behind you. So I want you to avoid opening up through the hip, kind of letting that knee draw up towards the sky. Keep the pelvis level so the right hip is down and in line with the left. Notice how this requires a little bit more strength from the hamstrings and the gluteal muscles to keep the lift in the leg. Holding here for 5, 4, strong through the hands, don't let the shoulders come forward. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Okay, we're going to come up into a warrior 1. So bring that left foot down at 45 degrees. If you have any discomfort in the knee, just keep that heel lifted instead. Otherwise, 45 degrees, heel to heel alignment, or a little bit wider. Coming up, bring the arms up overhead, or you can keep the hands on the waist. You want your right knee over your right ankle. Shoulders away from the ears, look forward, left rib spin forward. Make sure the right knee doesn't fall or collapse inwards and it stays tracking in line with the second and the third toe. Soft through the shoulder blades. Lengthen the tailbone towards the floor, feeling a stretch in the front of the left thigh as well. Take one more breath in. Exhale, we open up the arms to warrior 2. Okay, so the shoulders remain stacked over the hips. Look to the middle finger of the right hand. Right knee stays stacked over the right ankle. Press through the outer edge of the left foot. Soft through the shoulders. Breathe smooth. Keep pressing that right thigh open in line with the right knee. Take one more breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Bring the right toes inwards, bring the arms up overhead. So we come into like a 5-pointed star. I'm going to turn to face you so you guys can see me. 5-pointed star. And then bring the toes in 10 degrees towards each other. Exhale, hands to the waist, fingertips towards the navel. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, we hinge forward, bringing the hands towards the floor if they reach. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to hinge forward, crown of the head releases towards the floor, in line with the hands, in line with the feet. Shoulder blades away from the ears. Take one more breath in. This is just to release the muscles gently. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale fully. Stabilize the legs. Inhale, bring the hands towards the waist, come up nice and tall through the spine. And then as we exhale, we pinwheel the arms, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. We're going to take those on the other side now. So inhale, lift the left leg up. Okay, charging through the heel, keep the pelvis level. Avoid opening the hip. So if you were to look at the pelvis, it should look balanced. You shouldn't feel that left hip hiking up towards the sky. Looking towards the toes, knees, or navel. Ground down through the index finger and the thumb. Feel the legs working. You may even begin to start shaking a little bit. That's good. It means it's doing something. Take one more breath in. Exhale fully. Inhale. Step the left foot through to the space between the hands. Spin that back heel down 45 degrees, heel to heel alignment or wider. Warrior one, spin the right ribs forward, looking forward, arms up overhead, or you can keep them on the waist if you feel more comfortable there. So we're working on bringing the pelvis forward, but we're not forcing it. We're being especially mindful of that back knee. Left knee remains stacked over the left ankle in line with the second and the third toe, and we're grounding through the outer edge of the right foot. One more breath in. Exhale, we open to warrior two. So the chest opens to the long edge of the mat. Look to the middle finger of the left hand. Soft through the shoulders. Left knee stays stacked over the left ankle. Shoulders over the hips. Ground down through the outer edge of the back foot. Left knee draws open, left thigh opens up. Take one more breath in. Exhale fully. Inhale, left leg straight, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. So we're just going to heel toe the feet in a little bit. So they're about a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. Take a breath in. And then as we exhale, we sink the hips low, track the knees over the ankles. Knees and toes face the same direction. Try to keep the shoulders stacked over the hips. If you feel unsupported here, bring the hands to the thighs. Try to smooth the breath. Feeling it in the inner thighs, the glutes, the quadricep muscles. Try to evenly distribute the weight between the feet. Take one more breath in. And then as we exhale, we're going to sink low into Malasana. You may need to kind of heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. But again, the knees should be facing the same direction as the toes. If you can't come all the way down, you can bring your hands on the floor for support, or you can roll up the mat to support the heels. So that it should feel like a nice stretch in the legs. Try to make sure you have even strength within the feet. Don't collapse inwards. Try to press through the outer edges of the feet as well. Take one more breath in. Exhale, just sit back down, extending the legs out long. So we're just going to take a staff pose. So legs extended long, hands to the outside of the hips, chin to chest, look towards the toes. Taking a couple of breaths here, really beginning to strengthen through the arms. Press through the hands. Take one more breath in. And exhale. Now for this next one, I'm going to show you with blocks because I'm going to blame the length of my arms. You may want blocks too. It does depend on how kind of long your arms are in comparison with your body. We're going to work with taking an L lift, a seat lift. So you can do it without the blocks, with the hands to the outside of the hips, but I recommend that you bring your hands forwards a little bit, so they're actually more like halfway between the thighs and the knees. And what we're going to do is we're going to activate the muscles, the serratus anterior muscles, to draw the shoulder blades away from each other. So this is going to look like you're sort of rounding through the upper back, so we can find that lift. This is going to work your core as well as the hip flexors, the fronts of the legs. So bring the hands forward a bit. On the inhalation, lean forward, lift up the hips. Okay, working with this. If you're feeling quite strong, maybe you can lift up the feet as well. If you're not feeling that, or you're feeling like it's really heavy to lift the body, then you can bring the hands to blocks. Okay, and you get a little bit more space. Feet lift off as well maybe, or you can alternate. Lifting the feet, lifting the hips. Okay, holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Release down, good. So hopefully you're feeling that in the fronts of the legs, the quadriceps. Take one more breath in here, and exhale to release. Good, just coming down onto the back. We're just gonna take a reclined bound angle, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall open to the side. Rest your hands on your belly or around your heart center if you'd prefer. Feel the heart beating. And begin to soften through the breath. Let go of your specific breathing patterns, your yoga breathing, and allow the breath now to travel all the way into the belly. Feel the expansion. Soften through the body. Take one more breath in. Exhale fully. Good, you're welcome to stay here for a little bit longer for your rest. Or if you'd like, you can come into a more traditional Shavasana, extending your legs out long, coming down to lay on your back. Or if you'd prefer, you can come into a seated meditation with your legs crossed, or onto any seated position that feels good to you. But I recommend you take as long as you need for your wind down, your cool down, or if you'd like, you can follow this up with a more restorative yoga practice to help stretch out and release these muscles that we've just been working. So today, as you go forward, I wish you peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste.